I'm Antonio Gonzalez, and welcome to Strategy Session. We're here at La Golondrina at historic Olvera Street to interview Vanessa Aramayo, one of the leading candidates for CD34's special election, which will be on April the 4th. Over the next month, we'll be interviewing the leading candidates for this important congressional race. As you may recall, CD34 was held by Congressman Javier Becerra for 20 years. Now he's the Attorney General, the first Latino in more than a century in California, appointed by Governor Brown. He's up in Sacramento now, and we've got to fill this congressional race. This series is part of a promotional campaign for the Sabor de las Americas benefit for my day job, the Southwest Voter Registration Education Project, which features good food, good politics, and good company. That'll be on May the 11th. More on that later. Welcome back to Strategy Session. Let me introduce to you Vanessa Aramayo, a community organizer, community leader who's running for CD34. She's one of the top tier candidates. Welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you. It's really nice to be here. Thank you for hosting this today.
It's my pleasure. So tell our listeners, tell our viewers. I'll give you the easy question first. Why are you running for congressional office?
Yeah, sure, of course. You know, when I was a teenager, a young teen, I remember my mom was going through some hard times. She had come to this country with her 6 sisters and opened a restaurant actually not far from here called El Colima Restaurant.
Oh, I know it.
On the corner of Cesar Chavez and Broadway.
Right.
It was there and family owned for 46 years. And it was a place that became a place where I learned about our community struggles on a different level. With the recessions of the 90s, my mom lost almost everything we had, including our home, and we struggled. And I remember at that age being worried about the future. And I remember being concerned about where I was going to live and whether I was going to be going to the same school the next day. And I can't help but to feel the same way now in terms of where this country is headed, the direction we're going in, and being worried not just for my family, but for communities. And so I decided to run because I know struggles personally and professionally, having worked with community organizations and having worked in Congress and with Sacramento. And I understand how we need to fight, how important that is, but I also understand how to be effective in difficult times. And that's what I'm bringing to the table.
That's a nice segue into my next question, which is, and I think you touched a lot of it, what about you, personal experience, personal qualifications, workforce experience, makes you the right person to be a federal congressperson? It's a big job.
Yes.
You haven't been in an elected position before. Why are you the best fit?
Well, I think one of the reasons why I'm the best fit is not just because I haven't been in an elected position before. I think it's important that this seat is represented by somebody who truly understands community and has a record of getting things done. Whether it's been working on issues of education or healthcare or immigration or homeland security, I worked on those issues at the state and at the federal level. When I was working with the nonprofit organizations, I fought Governors Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jerry Brown to deliver a just budget that was symbolic and reflected the values of community. How to invest in health and human services, how to be able to secure funding for that. I was part of the strategy committee that put together Proposition 30, put it on the ballot, and in a very difficult time in our state's history, was able to generate over $6 billion in new revenues. I mean, that basically saved California's economy. And these are things that have been done, that I've been a part of. I have led my own organization to be able to engage organizations doing it and to find solutions. When I was working in Congress, we also had a campaign that defeated a liquefied natural gas plant that was being proposed by a foreign company off the coast of LAX.
I remember.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, you bet.
It would have been detrimental to our environment and
safety issues,
to our national security. So So I organized people around environmentalists, national security experts, and people around the district that were parents that had children in neighboring school districts, Lennox, Concord, and we killed the project.
So you've been working on, I would argue, some pretty big, pretty sexy issues. CD 34 is an historic, very neighborhood-oriented region, right? You could argue this is the heartland of the LA Chicano Latino community, right? What are those issues locally, and how do they resonate with your campaign?
I mean, we have been, every issue is very unique to every district. In CD 34, we have issues of air quality, housing. We have issues that are concern of environment, and one of the biggest issues for CD 34 is also access to health care. I've worked on the Healthcare for America Now campaign before it was passed to push that through, to deliver the members of Congress that we needed to get that through to the White House. I worked on the implementation of ACA, and so the platform, one of the biggest issues for me on my platform is how do we make sure that the ACA, if it gets repealed, is repaired and is replaced by something that won't leave millions out. I have a district that cares very much about Medicare and Social Security benefits. I have worked,
older Chicanos in that district.
We do.
The whites, yeah.
And as a mother of an aging senior, I won't say her age because you're filming me right now. Y no me lo perdonará. But I know the struggles of being able to live paycheck to paycheck on a Social Security check.
I'm sensitive to those kind of questions myself.
And right now Wall Street is dying to get their hands on those retirement plans. And so I have the experience of fighting to secure benefits, whether it's SSI for people with disabilities or Social Security for seniors. These are other issues that are important to my district.
I pick up in particular in Democratic politics, right? This is a Democratic district. It's been a Democratic district. I pick up this conflict, right? You have the left, sort of young left, hipster, millennials wanting to rebel against the establishment, the older generation. That's this fight within a fight. You see that within the Democratic National Committee elections. And then there's this other issue of the fight against, fascism, the fight against Trump, right? So how does that play in to your appeal to the voters? Are you even messaging along those lines?
I think it's important here to really understand and value the importance of us being able to fight back in a manner that's constructive and that will create a strong line of defense so that we can also look to play offense when we have the opportunities. There are differences of opinion, absolutely, within the party. There is a lot of dissatisfaction, and rightfully so, on establishment politics and with the party. And I've been bearing the brunt on some of it, with one of the recent endorsements that happened in early February. These things do have to change. But the one thing that is wonderful about the Democratic Party is what we hold true when we talk about our values. We need to focus on the common interests of equal rights, of access to health care, of bringing families together, not tearing them apart through immigration reform and these massive wins that they want, and being able to have more financial stability with our families. Who doesn't want that? Access to public quality education. These are cornerstones of our party. These are the values that we have always held true to. And that continues to be the same. We just need to focus on what the end goal is and understand that we're going to be able to defeat these attacks and all of these programs that are under siege by being stronger ourselves. And if that means changing it up, the establishment, then it needs to be changed up.
So be it. I want to thank you, Vanessa Aramayo, for your time. Do you have any last words for the voters? How do they contact you? How can they volunteer with you that you'd like to give?
Great, sure. You can visit my website at vanessaforcongress.com. On Facebook, we also have a page, Vanessa for Congress. And I would simply like to add and close with, we are in a very difficult time, in a historic period, one where we will look back and be able to either be proud of how we seized this opportunity or reflect on things that we could have done better. We need people now more than ever that are brave and that are bold new leaders that can take us where we need to take this country in the right direction. I have the qualifications to do that. I have the personal experience, both from the family that I grew up with and also from the communities that I've worked with over the last 18 years. And I would be honored to earn your vote. Please visit my website to learn more, Vanessa Aramayo, VanessaForCongress.com. Thank you.
Vanessa Aramayo, check her out on April the 4th, special election CD33.